actually plays Protoss, not Terran.
Yep.
So we'll have a PVZ.
PVZ. Yeah, for some reason I thought he was Terran, but I think I'm confusing him with someone else, which won't surprise me that I'm mistaken with someone else.
Yeah.
So have you been able to play a lot? I mean, I know you've been busy as hell with work and stuff like that. So have you been able to jump into ladders, been kind of cruising with this new season? The season's already about to end. New maps look ridiculously stupid too. So
Yeah.
I'm not too sure how I'm feeling about the new maps yet.
Yeah, I've been playing quite a bit, or not playing quite a bit. I've been watching a lot more, not playing quite as much as I always, not as much as I had been before, but been loving the tournaments. Just watched IEM Shanghai or Shenzhen, which was amazing.
Yep. So let's get our player introduction. I'll have you do the first one for our purple orcs, maybe red Protoss.
Sure thing. Spawning in the top right position, he is gilded in red. He is playing Protoss and representing Flipside Tactics. He is Mcanning. And the crowd goes wild.
And spawning in our bottom left position, it is our teal Zerg player from, I believe his clan, his confederacy is Levande.
All right, and on Dust Towers, seeing a gateway opener coming out here for Mcanning. Actually, I think I need to change my observer interface because I can't see any of the buildings that are being built when I select on stuff.
Yeah, so I was having that issue earlier. So what ended up happening, I had to change my observer to like the default one because in the end, it's our observer is Damon, so that's what everyone's going to see. But personally, for me, I just have it on the default. I mean, I didn't realize that for the first game, and then I remembered. So anyway, so we do see it's going to be a little bit interesting for you. So good luck. We do see a pretty opening build from Mcanning. He does go for that gateway to Cybernetics core behind the Nexus, pretty standard. And then Levande is going for like a more defensive hatchery by getting that second one in the back instead of going for that frontal one. But he is actually going to go for that 3 hatch, almost 3 hatch before pool. But we'll see how he plays down. I mean, like the Levande, if I remember from a couple weeks ago, puts up a decent fight, but he kind of falls off after like the 15-minute mark. So if Mcanning could kind of hold off at the start and just play like super defensively, or just kind of get the upper hand, and then it kind of be game's over. But it is Diamond versus GM. I do not want to deter people from signing up just because they're Diamond. I want people to sign up, but you might run the risk of running into a GM. It will happen. My last week when I played, I was Diamond Zerg played against I played against Master Terran, and I took a game off him, and then I lost the second and third game. I lost the third game really close. I almost beat him. It was actually a good game. I was really stoked, but
I wouldn't even consider that a risk. I mean, that's just if you get to play against a GM, at least you have a really good replay that you can always go back to and just hyper analyze and just be like, all right, what could I have done differently against a player who's at least you can assume is playing at a level that you should probably be able to compete against if you're trying to get better.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, like how much do you learn from playing against a GM, especially in these tournaments, or how much can you take away? So sometimes when you play against a GM, you just get so face raw, like
right. It kind of depends on what they're doing against you. Like if I'm looking at what Mcanning's doing, it looks like he's playing incredibly safe. We're not seeing a really incredibly fast third Nexus coming out quite yet. We're not seeing, I can't see what building that is actually being produced, and it looks like it's being a Stargate. Awesome. We should have an Oracle or possibly it's going to be Phoenix's coming out. Okay, awesome.
Oh yeah, so Mcanning does this really interesting, I don't want to call it interesting as opposed to cheap, but of course I'm a Zerg player, so my bitterness will always go towards Protoss. He does this really interesting thing where he does mass Phoenixes. And
it seems to be really popular.
Stupid amount. And
it seems that with Immortals combined.
Yeah, it's so hard to deal with. I mean, and he just picks off Overlords, picks off Queens, picks off drones, and it's just super hard to play against. And it's almost like a Terran drop where they just rip you apart in multiple points, and it just gets too much to deal with sometimes. So it doesn't look like he's going that way because he is just doing the one Stargate for now, but following up with the gateways. But he's doing another Phoenix, so he's going to have 3 Phoenixes on the map, and he's just going to hunt down Overlords.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect him to just keep pumping out Phoenixes for a while and kind of making use of them. We actually just saw Hearthstone make great use of this against Snoot in the finals, in that final game.
Yes.
I mean, just being able to get map control and kind of deny the scouting, you can pick up a lot of units that are coming across the map. It allows you to see everything that's, coming at you and allows you to scout with their speed. You can pick off queens if you want, pick up drones on gas. It's just being annoying. It's just, that's one of the nice things about Phoenix is they're so versatile. They've got a lot, they've got a lot of options that you can kind of pick and pull out of your opponent. It really forces the Zerg kind of be on the back foot here early on, and now we see Mcanning's getting his third base up, so playing relatively safe, not taking too many crazy risks. At least not yet.
Yeah, he has links. I don't know if he's expecting there to be a huge drop. I mean, but at the same time, like you said, he's on 3 bases, and Mcanning is getting his third base up. So I mean, Levande needs to get this 4th base, needs to do something, because he's not going to be able to deal with this. He's going to lose 1 queen already. He's going to lose a 2nd queen, probably relatively here in a second as well. Like, he's got really nothing. So he does finally take his 4th base, but I mean, he's technically behind. I mean, if you're not at least 1 base up against your opponent, especially Protoss, you're behind. And so he's behind. And being behind against a GM Protoss player is not the greatest, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, he's expanding all right. The problem is his worker count. I mean, we see this 3rd base. And, I mean, he's getting the 4th base, sure, but the 4th base isn't really going to help him economically. I mean, unless he starts mining the gas from there. But I mean, like I said, his 3rd base isn't even saturated. Mcanning now is up ahead 10 workers. We're looking at the supply count. He's actually getting supply capped. We're seeing drones getting picked off here at the gas on the bottom left-hand side. So I mean, yeah, Mcanning's just really playing the safe, and he's secured himself now an extreme lead without actually, I mean, barely touching his opponent. He's only gone over with the Phoenixes and defended the small lings that have come to attempt to harass and kind of scout out what he's doing. So this just looking like a really strong game.
Yeah, like I said, it's 4 Phoenixes, and they've already done so much work. Supply capped him, killed off his drones. It's like, you're going to supply cap him again, lost another Overlord. Like, these Phoenixes are just so hard to deal with, especially as a Zerg when you carelessly put your Overlords in positions, and I'm guilty of this, of course, because call it the Draven Overlord that loses in the first minute. And here he's going to pick off, it looks like he's going to pick off another Queen. And just so annoying to lose these units.
Yeah.
I don't know what Levande's going to do. He's got nothing on the map. Looks like he's going for that lurker den, which might help for defensive. But I mean, this push that might come down from Mcanning. He's got a couple of Zealots, Sentries, Immortals. What he's going to do? He's not going to have an observer though. I don't see any observer on the map. No robotics facility. So I mean, these lurkers might do something if they get into the mineral lines. But
I don't think he's going to have enough time. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, sure, the Hydras are out. The Lurker Den will probably finish right as this attack is coming, and then we'll start morphing in. But at that point, Mcanning is going to be pushing down the front door here of Levande, and it's really going to come down to him to be able to defend this 4th base out in front. And he might have to just sacrifice it here and make a hold here at the top, if that's even possible.
Yeah, and so, again, he's supply capped. And here comes this push. He's going to lose his 4th base. We do see a couple spines going down. 3 spines is great. 15 Hydralisks is great. But those Hydralisks need to do something. I mean, he's going to lose that 4th base, and now he's so far behind.
And he's actually just pulling back. Wow.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's playing defensively. I mean, I don't know if Mcanning's doing this just like because he knows he's got the upper hand. He doesn't want to throw it away. Doesn't want to do something dumb. But he's taking his 4th base. Mcanning's going to have 4 bases to a Zerg 3, and that's just, you're done. I mean, as a Zerg player, you're going to get mined out. There's nothing you're going to be able to do. We do see the +1 range coming down for our Zerg player, but he doesn't even have the +1 armor yet. So these lurkers are, might do some damage, but they're gonna evaporate really quick, especially since there's Sentries and Mortals. It's just, I don't know what he's going to be able to do. Now he's going to have Archons. It's just that wall of just damage is just going to be incredible.
Yeah, he might have been waiting for charge. We see a Warp Prism out, so he could drop a few units. Yeah, I was going to say he might drop a few units here into the main, try and pull Levande apart here, and then just kind of barrel through the front here and probably try to get decent positioning here on these lurkers. Since lurkers do have the potential, if something happens to detection, in order to cause a pretty big swing. But luckily, the Immortals are, as their name suggests, immortal, and
especially
they should be able to punch right on through. And now we have the Observer out, so you should be able to see him.
Yeah, so we do see the Phoenixes come in, and they're trying to pick off these queens. I think he's just kind of scouting to see what would be the best area for this Warp Prism drop. But at the same time, he might be trying to pull these Hydras away from where this drop potentially might be. But here we come. Here comes the Archons, and now they see the lurkers. but there's not an observer with it. So he's going to back away. He has to back away. There's nothing he's going to do.
Wow.
There's 6 lurkers, but here there is a drop. There's 4 zealots being dropped in on top of the queen. He's going to take that other queen, and here comes a huge drop. What, 15 zealots total are just going to be destroying this mineral line.
Yeah, it looks like a total of 9 getting warped in there, plus 4 being dropped.
Yeah.
Or from the original, bring up to a total of 13 there in the main. Phoenix is flying in now up in the northern side, picking up 4 lurkers, and it looks like all these charge lots are coming through, picking off a lot of these zealots. The Immortals busting through as well, just forgetting about the 4th base and deciding to go in here for the kill. Hydra's getting kind of clumped up there on the ramp as well with the Lings in the back. A great force field. And it looks like Mcanning is showing his might here with Archons pushing through up the front.
Oh yeah, with those Archons on top of it, they're melting the Hydralisks. I mean, the Phoenixes came in, picked up the lurkers with the observer, with the help of the observer, and that saved, or not saved it, but that was what was saving Levande from losing. Was those lurkers had a really good defensive spot, but the Phoenixes came in, picked them up, which is up for debate if they should be able to do that. Blah blah blah, because they're burrowed. Blah blah blah. Anyways, doesn't matter. Phoenixes saved the day by picking up those lurkers, and Mcanning was able to come in and take first game. In a pretty convincing fashion. He just played it really safe, and just kind of controlled the map, and that was amazing match.
Yeah, so GG goes to Mcanning there in game number 1. And yeah, man, Levande actually playing very, very fast, 305 APM there. So he's trying his heart out, but just wasn't enough in order to keep up with the Phoenix harassment there of Mcanning. You can see how much he was just taxing him, and it looks like Levande was trying to find any sort of opening he could, but just wasn't able to.
Yeah, the Phoenixes definitely was what set the pace for that map. I mean, when he came in, supply capped him like 4 different times. If I remember correctly, this counting supply capped, and it's so annoying to get supply capped as Zerg and then just having to waste all your larva on the Overlords, and it just puts you behind. It's annoying because you literally sit there, can't do crap, So, anyways, doesn't matter. We're going to get to jump into game number 2, waiting for the player invites to figure out what map we'll be on.
Oh, and looks like Prion Terraces will be game number 2. So.
I want that invite.
You're not invited. Cool kids only. So this was the second map pick here, I assume. Or, actually, yeah, okay, this would have been Levande's map pick. So the first map, Dust Towers, was picked by Mcanning, so now that this is Levande's map, hopefully he or possibly she will be able to bring it back here in game number 2.
Pretty sure it's a dude, but as a Zerg player, I mean, there's a lot of cheeky little builds with this on this map, but I don't know if he's going to be he's going to try to do it. I mean, he is down a game, and this is kind of he has to win this match, obviously, to progress. Let's go to game number 3, and I don't know if he's going to be able to. So we'll see what kind of what he tries to do with this. So spawning in our top north position, it is our red Protoss player from Flipside Tactics. It is Mcanning.
Yay! And in the bottom right hand, playing as Zerg, representing Confed, it is Levande.
Yeah, so with this map, I mean, originally, before they changed the recent patch to have the gold in your natural, it used to be this 3rd base was your gold, and I used to love taking that as my 2nd base. And I remember I actually played against our lovely observer Damon, and just like this, we're in Skype for like 3 weeks just talking to each other about Protoss this and Zerg that. And so finally we settled it in the match, and he wrecked my face, just absolutely wrecked my face. But I did take a game, and it was this map that I took a game off him because of this little thing of just my 2nd base being gold, and I just took it, and he wasn't able to defend it, and I was able to get Nidus Worm him. But now they changed it to where this natural is your gold, which I freaking love. I would love to see more stuff like that. I think in this new season they actually have less gold, which is whatever. I mean, but I enjoy this map a lot. It's like one of my favorite maps, and I think it's done well. But so we'll see what the new season, what the new maps bring in store. We do see a pretty basic pool gas hatchery build from Levande. I believe it. Yeah, Levande.
Sure, however you want to say it. Levande.
Yeah.
I think of it's like Levantate, which is I don't know.
Well,
maybe it's just my little bit of Spanish.
Someone in chat was like La Fonda from Napoleon Dynamite. But I don't know if it is. I probably should have asked. But, you know, again, pretty simple build from Mcanning. Just going for the Nexus defensive Cybernex core. Pretty similar build. You know, he's going to get that double gas.
We do that probe scout, actually. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, well, he did, you know, Mcanning already had the scout. He saw the gas, saw the pool. Was like, okay, you're going to have lings. You're going to have speed lings. But we do see it interesting. He's going to go for roaches. So we might see a roach timing push. Hopefully, end of the line from Sidestorm Gaming has this really awesome roach build, especially against, I think it's more for against Terran. But if you play against Protoss really well, you can get into the base and have some Ravengers and just rain down corrosive biles. And I'll be interested to see if that's what the route he does. He goes early roaches.
Roaches coming out. Wow.
I mean, he doesn't have his second saturated. I mean, if anything, I would pull all 16 drones and put them on that gold. I mean, if you're going to go for like this, what feels like a super all-in-ish, I would just put all my drones on that gold base right now.
Yeah, I mean, he might transfer some here in a moment. He might be forgoing. He probably wants that full saturation in order to get as many roaches out right now, and then we might see the swap over to the gold in order to get a little extra gold income if this doesn't quite pan out. We're seeing speed also finishing as well with this, so I'd expect to see a flood of lings. And we actually have the Stargate coming out behind us. This could be slightly dangerous here without any sort of gateway support for Mcanning. We'll see if he'll be able to hold this off.
Yeah, if he gets those roaches into Ravengers.
What? Sorry. I was going to say, I don't think he's got wind of this yet, so it's kind of going to be up to him to kind of scout this out. That Stalker going all the way to the far right means it's not going to be out in the middle of the map in order to see this coming.
Yeah, so if you go to Mcanning's observing, you see that he's got very little knowledge of what's happening. He saw lings. I think he thinks it was going to be like a quick ling all-in something or another, you know? So he doesn't see this coming, and it might be a little too late. I mean, this Mothership Core has a lot for the pylon overcharge, but there's no corrosive biles.
Yeah, one Stalker at the front.
Yep, a couple, sentries, roaches. So here's the, pylon overcharge.
Overcharges.
Yeah, two of them. Good. Yeah, but the Phoenix is just going to pick it up, and sentries is going to block it. Oh, the lings get in. They're going to focus down the sentry.
Force field goes down though.
Force field goes down, but he's going to lose the pylon. Oh, he might lose the pylon.
One Ravager's being warped in. It's so close to being almost canceled. There it goes. The Ravager
does get the cancels on it, but he's got no defensive. The only thing he has is the Mothership Core with one more pylon overcharge, but I think he's saving it to see if it's going to get into the mineral line. And now here comes the swarm of lings. I mean, if anything, Levande needs to send more lings in. But look at it. He's got 3 adepts as for defensive up here and a void ray. I'm like, this is done. That void ray that's what's going to save it. There's nothing. That's it.
Yeah, the void ray's out in time. I mean, a lot of workers went down. Let's try and see what that worker lost. Yeah, 12 workers went down, but we're still seeing, more workers here for the Protoss player. He's got his natural as well compared to the Zerg. So, I mean, all in all, it's a pretty good position here for the Protoss player, assuming these lings don't get in. But, yep, final warp-ins there are going to be able to hold this off. And I think Mcanning is going to be fine here going on into the later stages of the game. I think it was a pretty solid hold.
Yeah, but as we can see right here, of course, Levande hasn't. There he goes. Now he finally transfers some drones over to this gold base. I mean, if behind this, I think he saw that the hole was there, so that's why he just tried to pump out lings to get back. But if he canceled all those lings and just made drones instead, I think he would have been a way better spot of having 2 fully saturated bases. But I mean, Mcanning's pretty much back to where he was. I mean, he did lose 12, but he's got a great defensive, and now he's got more voids, and they're just picking off these overlords. Yeah. There's really not much more Levande could do at the moment. He just needs to, drone up, start getting into, some more.
I was gonna say, instead of going for those drones, it looks like he's opting to try and instead initiate this Baneling bust here. We'll see if it's going to be enough here. That Void Ray sees it. He's well aware of it. We got 2 sentries right there in the front. That's more than enough to wall off the front ramp here. And, I mean, gosh, this is going to be really, really tough here. We're seeing the Banelings go through. 2 or 3 are already going down before they even hit the wall. And, oh, my goodness. Oh, there goes one force field. Second one, not even really necessary. And Levande